Yep, it's that time of year, and the fun police are at it again. Student magazine warns against racist Halloween costumes. The latest issue of a magazine run by Ohio State University students features a flowchart designed to help students determine whether their Halloween costume is racist. Yes, and I'm going to test it later, because we wouldn't want them to offend any vampires, would we? Honestly, this whole annual debate about certain Halloween costumes being allegedly racist just baffles me. It's Halloween. It's a spooky themed holiday. Why would anyone be dressing in any racially themed costumes anyway? Unless they were spooky themed as well, like, say, a zombie geisha or something. The guide published in 1870 magazine allows students to ask themselves a series of questions about their costume ideas, directing them to one of several determinations based on their responses. Yes, and it's flawed as you'll see in due course, but first, let's go through this news story. Is it politically charged? The chart asks of costume ideas that pertain to something serious. If yes, the magazine is interested only in whether it makes fun of Donald Trump, in which case the chart advises the reader to do it. Funny how it's interested in whether the costume idea makes fun of Donald Trump, but it doesn't ask whether the costume idea makes fun of Hillary Clinton. If the costume is serious, but not politically charged, then the chart asks whether the student plans to dress as Prince, which it only considers acceptable if the wearer is not white. Why Prince specifically? Why was he singled out? Does that mean a white person could dress as Bob Marley? Also, let me get this right. A white person can't dress as Prince, presumably because Prince was black, but this guy could. They didn't think this through properly, did they? With regard to costumes based on memes, the chart is anxious about anything derived from 4chan or Reddit, unless it comes from the Wholesome Memes Twitter account. If not, it asks whether the costume validates white supremacists. What? Both of them. Honestly, do they really think that white supremacists, genuine ones I mean, not just people who they say are white supremacists, do they think that they're going to need any green lights from anyone else? Of course they're not. They're going to do their thing no matter what. It asks whether the costume validates white supremacists, with the yes answer leading directly to a bubble saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Try again." As if anyone is going to unironically answer yes to that question. A no answer, on the other hand, is met with apparent skepticism, as the chart then asks follow-up questions including, does it require blackface, milk, or a swastika? Oh for fuck's sake, hasn't this milk thing died the death yet? It was a fake story started by, I think 4chan. I can't be bothered to look it up. They did it as an experiment to see if the SJWs would believe it. And they did, as you can see. And who the hell is going to wear a costume that includes blackface or a swastika anyway? The chart then asks follow-up questions including, does it require blackface, milk, or a swastika? And, does it humanize inhumane people? Well, that's a little vague. I'd like to know who they consider to be the inhumane people. The flowchart takes a rather more charitable view towards, ironically sexy, costumes, welcoming students to dress up as a sexy construction worker, or animal of some sort. What? Like a werewolf or something. But cautioning them against costumes featuring traditional headwear from other cultures. Well, okay, I can understand that if you're going to be wearing your costume somewhere where there are likely to be, say, people of Native American descent around, that turning up looking like this could be seen as rather tactless, but again, why would you want to anyway? It's Halloween, not a Village People Appreciation Night. Donning foreign headgear is fine for students who are not white, it elaborates, but those who are white should try a new costume idea. Oh, so it's okay when people of other ethnicities do it, is it? So a black student could put on a sombrero and go as a mariachi then, and a student of, say, Japanese descent could go as a Native American chief, right? Well, by that logic they could, as long as they're not white. Hey. Campus Reform reached out to the editor of 1870 magazine for comment, but has not received a response. Why am I not surprised? Okay, so let's have a look at this flowchart, shall we? Here it is. Let's try it out. It's supposed to tell if your costume is racist or not. So let's test it. I'll go through it for a range of different costumes and see what it says. Okay, so, seeing as how when it comes to Halloween costumes in America, it doesn't seem to have to be spooky themed anymore and pretty much anything goes, we'll try a range of things. But we'll start with something spooky at least. Let's suppose I wanted to go to a Halloween party that is dressed as the Grim Reaper. Let's see what the chart says. What is your costume? A meme, something sexy, or something serious? It's something serious. Is it politically charged? No. Is it in honor of a deceased celebrity? No. Ah, well that's a problem. There's a yes option, but no option. That wasn't a good start, was it? Let's try another one. Let's try supposing that I want to go as Elvis. What is your costume? It's something serious. Is it politically charged? No. Is it in honor of a deceased celebrity? Yes. Are you going as Prince? No. Oh, we're missing a no option again. Well okay, this thing is supposed to detect racism in costume choice, so let's try it with Hitler. What does it say if I wanted to go as Hitler? What is your costume? Well, at this point, I would say Hitler is basically a meme now. Is it from 4chan or Reddit? I would imagine that there are Hitler memes on those sites. Yes. Does this meme validate white supremacists? Well, I said earlier that I don't think that white supremacists need any validation from me or anyone else, but I suppose if there are any that do, and if anything is going to provide them with that validation, then seeing someone dressed as Hitler might do it. Maybe. I'll say yes, just for the sake of this little experiment. Is it Pepe the Frog? No, and that's another dead end. Well, this is going well, isn't it? This flowchart, that's designed to detect if your costume is racist, didn't detect racism when I pretended to have a Hitler costume. Wow. Okay, let's step it up a notch then, because let's be honest, at this point, Hitler and the Nazis have basically become renter villains. Not sure what bad guys to put in your latest video game. Stick in some Nazis. Need some villains for your upcoming movie. Stick in some Nazis. Easy. So what about if I pretend to be intending to go dressed as a member of the Ku Klux Klan, in full regalia? Surely this test will sniff that out, right? What is your costume? Something serious. Is it politically charged? Oh yes, very. Does it make fun of Donald Trump? No. And there is no option. Again. That is unbelievable. This flowchart had one purpose. 1. Okay, last try. What if my costume were to be of Al Jolson in full blackface? What is your costume? As with Hitler, by this point, he's become a meme. Is it from 4chan or Reddit? Again, I would imagine so, yes. Does this meme validate white supremacists? No, not this time. Does it require blackface, milk, or a swastika? Yes, blackface. And the chart says, what the fuck is wrong with you? Try again. Hooray, it got one right. Finally, let's just recap that, shall we? I tried the test for the Grim Reaper. It messed that one up. I tried it for Elvis. It messed that one up. I tried it for Hitler. Ditto. I tried it for a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Nope, didn't work. And finally I tried it for Al Jolson, and that one it actually got right. So, I was only actually able to get through the chart without hitting a wall for Al Jolson. For each of the others it just stuffed me into dead ends. Not good, is it? You know, I think the solution to all this racist Halloween costume stuff is actually quite simple. Stick to the fucking theme of the holiday and dress as something spooky.